And this. Now this is from Z1 as well. This is the under tray, the shroud, whatever you want to call it. This is the aluminum one they have that also allows you to easily service for oil and stuff like that. So there's a little removable panel. It does come with some additional hardware, but we'll talk about that in just a second. So let's go ahead and get this opened up. This is the service panel itself. This is the front panel. This goes with the bumper. And this is the mid panel, so panel B. Looks good. Here's that mid tray. Look at that. So this will slide. This is bent too. Look at this. I'm gonna see if I can bend that back. That's unfortunate. Oh wow. And here is the service panel itself. And this just... Okay, so there's all those. And then at the very end, you do get your mounting hardware, which does include a little riv nut tool. Now this does replace all of the factory hardware. So that's a plus. There's your body clip style panels. There is the rib nuts. And then I'm gonna use my right angle electric ratchet, and then you have, this is a 14, and then you'll need a 17 mil wrench for this side. All right, so here's the 3 holes to drill out. And once you get in there, let me see if we can get one to kind of stay a little better. You don't want these really to fall out, so technically I did go slightly over, but let me go ahead and get this piece attached. Don't rush it. And voila. So there's your riv nuts. They're all in, which now means we can put in the panel without any other modifications. Okay, I do want to show you what's going on when you're using the riv nut tool. We do have a spare one, so let's go ahead and throw it on. So here is the service panel, number C. And we're gonna go ahead and throw on the set of bolts that is separate. Now this panel here is the one you technically remove, and the way that's gonna work is it has these fins in the back right here, and these would clip into the B panel, and then these right here are secured to the subframe. So anytime you want to do the service, you loosen these 2 bolts, drop this down, pull these out, like it just pulls out as one piece, and then now you can do your oil change or whatever else is in the way. Now to keep these all together, you're going to use these lock washers here. And these are simply just going to slide right on top. And that way when you go ahead and take this panel off, you're not losing hardware. So now this is secure to the panel. Let's go ahead and grab panel B now. Panel B. Now this one's going to use some lock washers as well. Again, this is not a panel you're going to be really removing that often, so not a huge deal to have this on there. So we're going to go ahead and install panel A. This is going to go to the very front of the bumper. As you can see, that curve there will follow the bumper line. We're going to secure it loosely, and then we'll come in with the B panel, which will sit on top of it, which I'll show you that. But yeah, let's get this secured. One, make sure that your bumper's on, your wheel liner's all there. We went ahead and put the brand new one on. You see the difference, how that's dirty, but yeah. So end up using a bunch of these clips here. I ended up picking these up from Amazon years ago for the XB, and they're great. They're great little push-in style ones. But let's go ahead and get this panel in. So all of the existing hardware spots is where the panel will click into, and the rivet nuts here are for panel B. And on the driver and passenger side, you'll have a bolt here and then one next to the core support. Make sure you remove both of these. That's going to allow the panel to clip in and reinforce the entire area. And as you see, I do have quite a few in. Don't make this super tight. If you've ever done any body panel work or fenders or liners, you know that sometimes if you leave it tight, then it doesn't fit certain spots. So leave that room for adjustment. And then once we get it all put together, we can kind of go in here and cinch it down from the front and work our way back. So with panel B on, make sure you get all these extra bolts in. This one is the subframe bolts, and you're not going to be able to get in here with like any electric tools. So a 10 mil ratcheting wrench right here. Do that on both sides, and then I would tighten the rest of it. So that's what we're going to do now. Panel C is going to slide into the slits on this panel, and they get secured up there. Yeah. And it's already clipped in. Like I said, it just slides in right here. You go in like this, and then push it up, and then you just do these bolts, and you're done. The idea is you could take the service panel off, and then there's your oil pan, oil filter, everything's there. And a nifty little spot. This thing's actually like, this is not even fully bolted, but this thing is super secure. Whole bottom sounds pretty solid. And once we tighten these up, it's gonna even be stiffer from there. This was a little bit of a longer video. It was cut short, but at the end of the day, once you bolt those all up, that's it. You're done. Pretty straightforward. If you guys have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out, comment below. But I'll see you guys on the very next video, and thank you for your continued support.